check those who are near the vending machine, the coffee vending machine. The session is going to start. I will start then. Okay, I welcome you, Subal. This is first session in our software architect meetup. I wish him all the best, and I hope he'll come more and more and give sessions and share his thoughts and knowledge. About you.
So, hi everyone, my name is Subal. I work at data and analytics at Accenture, and apart from this, like I'm writing code for fun. So, like most of you, like मुझको पता है कुछ लोग ना Instagram use नहीं करते, but most of you might be using Instagram, right? So I saw a reel there. एक लड़का होता है ना, वो बॉडी बिल्डिंग कंपटीशन में जाता है, but he is not a body builder. You don't understand, okay, let me talk in English. So there is a guy who is not a bodybuilder, but he directly goes to bodybuilding competition. And then suddenly he went to this reception, and then receptionist asked like, where is the athlete? And he says like, I am the athlete. And then he put tanning on his body and everything, and then he get third place without even going to the gym once. So showing up is the most important thing. You might you want to know when you can win. So I am really confused right now. और हम लोग चालू करते so this is my first time, right? So we are with me, and अगर मैं कुछ गलत भी बोलूँ तो आप लोग जानते नहीं हो मुझे. So ठीक है. So we will discuss architecture pattern to scale the application. We see Zomato gets millions of requests per day. Similarly Zepto does, similarly Flipkart does, right? So how we will handle this request? Most of you watch cricket also, right? So sometime in their peak live, right, you'll see 13.6 CR people watching. And how this is it's look very simple, but behind that there is a large thinking and system design. Serial engineer did that very carefully. Now we see lots of vibe coding tool like Emergent, Lovable, but in that place vibe is not available. You have to do with very carefulness, otherwise a single thing breaks and you have to lose lots of rupees or dollars. But the thing is this talk, this from 100 to millions, do we really do we really need it? For some of you might working on your own thing, building your own startup. How many people are working here from this office? Can get something how many people are working in Devons? You are guest as me. Okay. So most of in Bangalore, in Mumbai, it's very different. It's a combination of Bollywood and founders. But in Bangalore, everybody is founder. We won't know who is the founder here, building next thing and even raised fund, right? So yeah, this is for the large scale system. But initially, when you start, you don't need this. To be frank, you can start with a single droplet in the digital ocean, or you can go with a Linode server that support two vCPUs and maybe 1 GB or 2 GB of RAM. Only scale when you need it, and start with slow. And as this name is software architect, right? Most of you are architect. I gave my first architect exam in 2020 and I failed. So by I get 720, 710 I think out of 720. So one of my friend, he has a startup here in Bangalore. He is running very well, doing very well. He has his own office. He gets around 200 daily active users in his application, and you won't believe how he paid he pays $50 per month for his compute power. That is insane, right? $50. So as an architect, you have to be very focused about saving cost and making it efficient so that it's be available. And talking about this PPT, I was sitting there and I just made it through the cloud, so most of the thing I will also see for the first time. So bear with me. It says like from 100 to millions, but millions, millions to take. I think I might not be able to take this to million today, just because it costs money, and I don't have that. So maybe we will go to 100, maybe 50k or 500k. Let's see how long we can take. So we will start from the beginning, like 100 requests per second, and then we will see like what optimization we can do to make it like 500, then maybe 1k, 20k, 50k, 100k like that. So let's go. As I said, I will see the first 10 seconds later. So it says agenda. So we will first identify the bottleneck. पढ़ लो सब, उधर से दिख नहीं रहा होगा. Bro, English okay. Identify bottleneck instead of guessing. Okay. So in large scale system, right? You can't guess. So ऐसा होगा, वैसा होगा. You have to measure your movement. What will happen. So you have to be prepared, right? Suppose there is a big billion day and then the system went going down. Everybody will be so mad. मेरे को भाई मैं कार्ट में ऐड कर दिया था 50,000 में. I added it to the cart in 50,000 and I'm not able to what is just because the server went down. So people will be very posting lots of drama on social. And second thing is application level optimization. So there is a lots of programming language. We can say application level optimization. So when you want to save the cost, right? You have to select the right programming. You can't just go with the PHP, right? It will take lots of compute power to serve 10,000 requests per second. So you have to choose a framework that can handle lots of requests, but again then you have to see it's easy to understand, not super hard. So suppose you are writing code in Rust or C++, it can handle large number of requests, but there is a learning curve, right? It will be not that much easy. You have to spend some time to learn that thing. So some people the speaker who that guy has lots of experience, right? So he know lots of things, but we are new, right? We have to see, we have to do trades off. I'm sorry, not doing it now. So we have to see trade off. We have less amount of time and we have to do high optimization. That's what architects do. So suppose we are going with the PHP, right? That will be not efficient. And if you are going to the Rust or C++, that the learning curve will be very high. So we will select a language that's easy to understand, can handle not super high, not very less, medium level of request. And then we talk about the database scaling strategies, what are the things we do to scale the database. So sometimes what happens, application is going good, but when it's come to the talking to the database, right, it will not talk, then you will lose data and everything. And then we will talk about the Redis caching, how we do in-memory caching, so that we don't talk, send requests to the database every time. That is a strategy for serving large number of requests. And then monitoring and benchmarking and how it's all fit together in production, so that we can get a superb system that can handle large number of requests, being available, being reliable, and can handle all the traffic. So as I said, we don't have to guess, we have to measure every move. So that suppose you can't, suppose you are running your application, let's say it's a Node or Rust, you have to measure how many requests it is taking per second currently with a less load, and what will happen if suddenly you get a peak, right? So that this is the simple pattern every senior engineers do to make sure that everything works correctly. And then we will check the response latency, how much CPU it is using currently. For example, sometime if the CPU usage is high, suppose there, if you are using a single instance of CPU and all of your 3-4 startup, whatever will be the zero traffic you have, it's getting then the CPU you can run in one instance. But suppose lots of people are coming in your side, right? You won't be able to do even SSH into it, so you won't be able to get it. It happened with me. And then the memory usage we will check the CPU usage, DB activity, and then again we will do the benchmark. And yeah, so we will try to do with the one instance, and we will check how many requests it can take, and then we will try to load balance it and then auto scale it. Suppose we have a desired number and we want to reach to the desired number, then we will we need multiple instances. There is a capacity of each machine. So beyond that it can't go, right? So suppose let's say, just for example, suppose we have 200 users and a single instance can take 100 users, then we will be needing 2 instances. Wow. So like that, and then we will check, like we will try to do optimization, like we will see where we are at the first place, and then we will see what are the bottleneck and what things we need to make it more optimized and reliable. So we will see this indexing, pooling, connection pooling, and read write separating. So indexing is right, everybody know, but I reiterate one more time. So indexing is like when we look for a database, we don't go like one by one like a page in the book. We can directly go to a particular page. Let's say like we open in the dictionary. We can say connection pooling is instead of creating each connection request for a time. So suppose there is a capacity of any database. Let's say be it a Postgres or MySQL. So a single database can take an n number of connection at a time, and this n numbers depends on the CPU and RAM of it. So let's say like it supports 100 requests, right? So if we do each connection for one request, it can take only 100 users. Beyond that, it won't be able to take it. So we will be connection pooling, so that it's like you don't dig the. ये मैंने वहाँ से पढ़ा था. You read it from ChatGPT, so you don't dig the like well every time. You just उसको एक बार करो, फिर then you can take the bucket and then get the water. And then we will do the read write splitting. So what it does, like we separate the read and write database to differently. Again, if you are like starting out, you have like less users, probably like we don't need it, but when it comes to like large scale system, we need it. So we have to do each and every little optimization so that it works perfectly, and we get we can have a server can handle large number of requests. So read and write splitting is we separate read database and write database. So for example, like when we are writing and when we are reading, so two different people are doing two different activity. One is updating something and one is like fetching something. So it won't bother the same database. So two different things can access. Then we can do the multiple, like suppose we have one write replica and we can create as many as read replicas as we want. In modern database it supports. Going forward to the cache aside pattern. So yeah, we will put Redis in it, so that we don't have to do the query again and again to the Postgres database, and we will set some. It's have the trades of like when we implement Redis, right? We have to like make sure like how many GB of Redis database you have. So you can't put everything on the Redis, otherwise like Redis database will be full. And again, we can't read from all the thing from the Postgres. If we do that, in that case, like Postgres will be very like फट जाएगा. We can say like Postgres will be like overburdened. Okay, so we will be monitoring this metrics. It says request per second, response latency, CPU usage, memory usage, और ये कुछ steps है read replica वाला. Then yeah, scalability is a process, not a product. Measure, identify, optimize and measure again. So ये PPT खत्म हो गया, but we will try to simulate it in the real system, like how what I like it didn't make sense, right? Like क्या आ रहा है बोल रहा है, like I don't want to make it like I want to make it like interactive or not boring. So you guys like interact with me, और कभी भी कोड फटेगा तो बताना मुझे, like मैं भी fix करूँगा. अभी हमारे पास subscription है, ठीक है? So anti-gravity से मैंने कोड लिखा है, ये इसका रिपोजिटरी है ऑलरेडी. लाइक इफ यू वांट यू कैन टेक इट. रिपोजिटरी इज कॉल्ड Subal Bain / like 1 MRPS. So यहाँ पे like I have this one thing called कहाँ गया singlethread.go, right? So this is my program called singlethread.go. You guys can see, right? Yeah. हाँ? Size. मेरे को नहीं पता, फर्स्ट टाइम यूज कर रहा हूँ मैं मैडम. Like how do I increase it?
Or just
Command plus, right? Okay. सही है. थोड़ा बहुत विजिबल. चैट विंडो को हटा देता हूँ. ठीक है. Now we will run like first I want you to see, as I said, like we have to measure, like how we will measure. So we have to see like how it is performing. So this is my activity monitor, and in that we will see, right? process name, current CPU usage and everything. So currently it shows blank, अभी load हुआ, and then we will go to this our anti-gravity. You can go with your VS Code or anywhere, whatever like terminal you use, and then we will run this single thread. 1 second, go run single thread .go. So it is running, right? How we will know it is running? Okay, so if I go here, yeah, it is running, right? It is currently taking like 99% of the CPU. So what does this mean? Its mean is like, you know, this map comes with like, आप check कर सकते हो कि कितने cores है इसमें. So it currently comes with like, you know, 8 cores. So 8 cores means like it can go up to like 800%. So currently it's going to the 100%. That means like we have another 700% free. उसका मतलब ये हुआ कि अभी ये 1 core पे चल रहा है और 7 core बचा हुआ है. And to make it like, you know, efficient, we have to take full power of the machine, like full power, we have to take full use of the machine. Otherwise, like, you know, waste ही हो गया ये 700 जो core बचा हुआ है, like 7 core जो बचा हुआ है. So what we will do, we will stop this here, and then we will do this multithread.go. Go run multithread.go. So when you run this, right, you can see like it says like, you know, number of CPU is 8. And it's currently running this like यहाँ पे go routine चल रहा है. If you want to see the code, so here we are like for loop लगाया हुआ है और कितने हमारे पास loop है. And if you go to this activity monitor, right, so you can see it is taking like 720% of our CPU. Correct. So like if you have like let's say one CPU of RAM in your Linode or in your DigitalOcean Droplet or anywhere, be it like, you know, AWS or GCP. Whatever instance you are using to like आपका optimization का पहला step होता है कि you take use of whole resource, nothing is going waste, right? So here you can see like मैंने इसका पूरा use करा है like 748.9%. Now what I wanted to convey is here, like take the proper, use the proper resources you have, don't waste anything. Then we'll stop it. And then we will run this server with the DB go. So this is some code that, you know, connects the server with the DB. So here like let's say we have 1 second. So this is like, you know, few code. I already post it in GitHub. You can check. I will share the GitHub link. So what it does, like it checks like, you know, अगर हम user index endpoint का मतलब होता है कि अगर what will be the difference if I do the indexing in the database and if I don't do the indexing. So if we do the indexing, right, we will able to serve more number of requests per second. This is getting boring, guys. So here we have this instances running, right? So this is a AWS instance, and again like it is costly, so don't try to run it if you are not using your Office AWS account. Okay, so let's go to the instances, and then here we have this two instances. One is main and another one is like, you know, load tester. So main is the main instances where we will run our server, and second thing is this tester. What tester does is it sends the request. So suppose this both two are available in the this Mumbai दिख नहीं रहा है, Asia Mumbai Pacific में भी host है Mumbai में. So when I serve these instances in the Mumbai, right, and when I send the request from Bangalore, there is a lot of latency. Like ऐसे normal में तो समझ नहीं आता, but when you calculating this nanosecond and millisecond, right, we are again optimizing, so we have to check each and everything. So it's matter a lot. So So if we test sending request from Bangalore to Mumbai, it will be lots of latency. So what I did, I created a two instance. One is in the like दोनों मुंबई में है. One will be the server and from another we will send the request to check like how many requests is currently serving per second. So our goal is to take use full potential of your machine and slowly check the results, not one go, and then see like what are the ways you can optimize it slowly. Need नहीं है तो मत करो क्योंकि like for example like many I see my friend he is having like 200 daily active users and he is like solving. So for only for large scale system you need it, but when you have like unpredictable like few customers like let's say 10 to 15,000 40,000 I think this will be not needed, but again it's good to learn, right? Good to know. So here I'll go to my terminal here and I will open a 1 second. So I will open a terminal from here and then I will do SSH. So पहले ही मैंने SSH की डाल के रखा है. So it will directly log into my instance. Yeah, you can see it's log into my instance and then I will do ls. इसमें कुछ नहीं है. I need to change the IP. Just let me check the IP. इसको मैंने कल ही रात को करा है तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें मुझे भी नहीं पता है. Yeah, you can see my public IP, right? Public IP IF090. IF090. So main server का public IP है ये. So this is our main server where our code is like server is hosted. If I do ls, I will say like 1 rmps. So that is our folder in their code is. I will do the cd and then 1 rmps and then ls. Let's do clear. So to run this we जो सारे कोड है ना वो server.go के अंदर है. To run this we have to run go run server.go. Guys, it won't take long, so just tell me when you are guys not like getting bored or anything. So it's supposed to be boring. Vibe code थोड़ी है. So it's running, okay. It's running on 8080 port, and we have our instance is running on 8080 port. So this is our instance, and then we will log back to the tester server to test like so that we can see like how many requests we are sending. So अभी मेन इंस्टेंस में हम लोग गए हैं SSH करके. अब हम टेस्टर पे जाएंगे और टेस्टर से मेन में हम लोग ना रिक्वेस्ट हिट करेंगे टू चेक लाइक हाउ मेनी रिक्वेस्ट इट्स हैंडलिंग करेंटली. सो दिस इज अबाउट टेस्टर इंस्टेंस. लेट्स मी कॉपी द आईपी. दोनों का जो वो की है वो सेम है. सॉरी यस सर. अगेन कमांड एम राइट. नया मैक लियो भाई. Okay, can you see? You can see, right?
हाँ correct.
Okay. So again we do SSH I. Sorry T हो गया. हाथ काँप रहा है. IP 1 RM. अरे कहाँ गया? गलत जगह खुला. So if I go there, यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं इसका like there was nothing. So this is our tester server, and we will try to hit from the tester server to our main server to check like how many requests it's currently handling. It's like easy. Command याद नहीं है, so I created a note. Supposed to be this link. now we are sending requests to our main server. It will show a result in some time, and then we can there is an option to again we have to log in दोबारा मुझे again I have to log into this main server. There is a command that shows you CPU utilization and memory utilization. Not doing that, just waiting it's running currently on 16 thread, and we are sending 2000 connection. So it send the request over main instance, right? You can see I send request from the tester to main instance. अगर नहीं दिख रहा है तो again press command plus, sorry. So you can see there is some latency. So we sent this average latency I think. So total अगर overall हम लोग देखें, so I am only sending request to the hello slash point. Okay, that is sending a hello back. It's nothing connecting with the database currently. It's only sending a hello back. And again to make it, when I was doing this JSON marshalling, so it was sending me a less number of requests to get little optimized. I just used string directly. From the backend, it's not sending JSON, it's sending string. And you can see we hit our limit, guys. It is 188 290k request per second. So that is the capacity of one instance, right? And what I said in my PPT, 1 million कर दूंगा. So for that means if one instance is giving this number of requests, you can see 188 296. अगर हम 5 करें तो शायद 900 something जाएगा. And then if 6 instances running, we will go 1 million. I have load balancing and auto scaling is on, but I am out of credit right now. ज़्यादा credit बचे नहीं मुझे, मेरे पास AWS के, so I won't be able to show you that, guys. But yeah, I think you guys get a good idea, right? How we will handle large number of requests. If anyone have any question now, I'm very nervous. मत पूछो.
So I have one question. See, these things, I mean, to demonstrate you have done manually, writing a small program.
Yeah,
so
correct.
which tools we use in?
You can if you are a good programmer, so you can write it by your own self. But I took help of to make it faster. This Gemini 3.5.
Okay, no. In general, what tools we use for to scale our application? To know how many instances we need. We have manually done it right now.
No, we have to, I said in my PPT, right, guys? Just to answer your question, telling everybody. So you have to check each optimization. So there is still room for optimization. If I want, I can do. So you have to check what are the optimization you already done. So for example, database अभी है नहीं इसमें. It's directly hitting to my hello endpoint. So if I connect database, right, request of second will be dropped very down. So you have to check. For example, there is a very few 5-7 pointer है the checklist. क्या हमारे पास pooling enable है? हाँ ठीक है, उसको छोड़ दो. क्या बचा हुआ है? You have to do whatever you have enabled, right? You have to check. You have to get a list. Google say you can get it from the ChatGPT, or you have to check whether all the things are enabled. That is solid principles. And if something is not enabled, you just try to enable it and then see benchmark it how it is performed from the last performance, and then you will get the data. So if it is a performing good, that means if it is a good, the second one is good from the first one, that means you did something good. It's working the way you expected. And if it's not, then you can again remove that code and do another optimization. So it's very easy. You just practice and see. You just do by yourself and see how it is performing currently. It's not इसने ऐसा बोल दिया तो मैं भी वैसा करूँगा. It's nothing to do. You have to find your own way, own optimization. But there is a list of optimization that is available. So apart from that, आपने pooling कर लिया, अपने database में indexing डाल दिया, अपने read write replica अलग से बना लिया, and then again there is a capacity of the instance. So I was reading this video from YouTube. I think Discord or some other app, I don't know. So we had a point in that the database scale so large is reached to the maximum capacity available of an instance in the AWS. Understand? So in that उनके पास option था either they go change the whole database and do something by their own that doesn't exist at that point, right? So they did like this partitioning thing and sharding thing, and they created sometimes like when we do boring thing, right? Boring thing is the real thing. Your startup doesn't need to make like lots of cool features that doesn't pay, like get users or get some revenue. Again, main point. One thing I want to like, you can ask question, guys. I want to show you one thing. As I said, like I work with the data and analytics, but I do coding for fun. So this is a kind of marketing thing. So this is my like find a place where you feel home. So this is my, I just starting it out. We don't have much property, but it is kind of Airbnb. But what Airbnb does, it's for the small places. But it is like all kind of places. So you can search property, but अभी किसी ने इसने ऐड ही नहीं क्योंकि marketing नहीं है. But you can be the host. Like you just go here and you just sign up, and then there will be option here somewhere. Be a host. If you have a property that you want to rent, you can rent. And second thing is I am doing is this is my another thing called Memro.co. I made some changes. I think this and Cloudflare is not responding. So this is Memro.co. I have to check the code. I think I removed the page from the server. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build this context engine for the AI agents. And I believe like context thing will be the next big thing. सब लोग यार memory बना like सब लोग model बना रहे memory पे कोई ध्यान नहीं दे रहे, right? So memory will be the next big thing. ऐसा memory जो who can like heal himself by like खुद को खुद heal करे and like if there is a lot of loophole in the LLM. So what it does, like suppose a LLM gives you some answer, right? But now they are finding some ways to go into the LLM and then research like why it behave in some way. But there is something in that LLM mind that act him to tell like behave this way, right? But if I'm trying to build so that if you ask any question like suppose you behave this way, right? So why you did that? So he has all the context. He will say like there was something in the Slack or something in the GitHub. I checked this and based on this particular memory, I made this decision.
Citation.
Huh?
Citation.
Yeah, it will do self lookup and it will answer your question. Like it's not. And again, this memory, right? Cloud had their own memory. Little bit now they are I think giving more memories. ChatGPT have their own. Like every LLM have their own, but again. If they give large number of memories to the users, right, like $5 pay कर रहे हो, they have to pay $30, so they are not giving it. But the thing is like this one is platform independent. You can directly connect with our MCP server and then talk with this. ये बस landing page है. इसका जो main dashboard है वो api.memro.co है. अब कुछ काम नहीं करेगा तो you can report, okay, like test it for me. Again, any question, guys? Like ये तो second thing है, like related to the first point. that scaling database 1 million requests related to that. Like इसमें भी question है तो you can ask.
What do you mean by memory that can heal itself?
So heal means suppose like there is a memory, right? So suppose how everybody know what RAG, right? आप मतलब एक vector database को डाल दोगे, उसमें आप information डाल दोगे. That is not the true memory. Like you are feeding random load on your database. That's what I believe. I don't want. So suppose like let me go to the detail like the way I read it. Suppose like every memory they have a weight. Understand? Let's say like my weight. So every memory have their own weight. Understand? And again inside this memory thing there will be a we generate this embedding and then store it, right? So suppose there is a memory that is already exists and then you are again encountering with the same memory. So how we will like suppose there is a 10 different memory, same bit memory like जिसका मतलब same है but you already have that. Will you again insert into the database or will you back to the database? So this is the like there is a lots of optimization like that, but this is just one step that I want to like I can give you. So there is a process like few different process that you can go and heal your database. So उसमें से एक हो गया like you don't enter the basic हो गया, but when you want to do it right, it will be very difficult. It will be very challenging. For my case, I am using like in Namro.co I am using vector database QD RAM, and for data like for main database I have a PostgreSQL database that's to user facing, and then again I have a database that is graph database. So it's
SaaS offering?
huh?
Is it a SaaS offering?
It was a SaaS like, but now I don't get time. Office का काम ही इतना हो रहा है. So yeah, I was a part of that. So there was a accelerator. I was part of that. It called Momentum. So it was like few young engineers like us started in San Francisco. और उन्होंने चालू किया था. तो देश के मतलब different part of bro you understand right? Little bit you understand, don't hack bro. You understand? So like different part of this world, they took the part, they filled their application and then they submitted their application and they did some evaluation and they selected this some 40 to 50 startups. So I was part of them, but they get so much deadline and I had full-time work. So I had to leave my job, full-time job that giving me money, or I had to do work full-time on my dream. But अभी के लिए थोड़ा ड्रीम में पॉज करते हैं, थोड़ा पैसे जमा लेते हैं. Then I'll start back with full power. Anyone have any question apart from? I hope I answered your question, right? So yeah, bro, tell me.
Bro, actually you are mentioned 60 drugs, right?
Huh?
You are mentioned 60 drugs, right?
Yeah.
So your explanation how much cost?
How much?
Cost, basically cost.
Oh, that.
It's all about depends on cost, right?
Yeah. So no, like I think I need to look back onto this, but I think it doesn't work that way. So it doesn't mean like if you have the only 4 cores, then only you will be able to. So that was the thread.
Yes.
So you can set multiple threads with the less number of CPUs as well. But I need to check back.
If you take a physical machine, if you take one core, then you can access 2 services.
Yeah, that I am not sure. I'm sorry.
Yes, you can access or if you say virtual machine.
Physical threads,
that is good thing you pointed out, but I need to check back. I'm not sure like how many. I just randomly tried to send multiple threads with my own map also, so I didn't check on that. But yeah. Huh?
everybody needs to know that.
Yeah, you can use work also. You can use full power. So mostly one more point. So I will tell you. So my one instance was taking like 190,000 requests something, right? So suppose I added a load auto scaling with the same instance that is running, and I boot up like five more instances. So it become like 5 instances, right? But when you want to send load, right, to that 5 instances, now we have to hit the auto load balancer.
Yeah, that
So
you can set up prompt also.
yeah, so that we can set prompt also, but that single instance will be not able to send that many requests. So for example, if you want to send many requests, right, either you have to increase the resources of your instances, I think like both RAM and CPU.
Yeah, then you can utilize the RAM on the CPU cores also. Then we need to scale up. Then also we need to scale up adding more arguments.
The reason I choose that the reason that was able to handle around 200, I can say 200 requests, right? So reason I chose that instance. So in the AWS there is a many instances that are higher CPU or higher RAM than that. So I choose that just because I don't need all the resources, just because that will be costlier. All the time we will be not having that much of traffic. So suppose I choose like let's say 32 GB of RAM for the instance, and for cores I think 16. I'm not sure. So if I boot up a single instance that is like let's say 98 GB, like I'm not sure 98 GB is the real thing or not. But if I boot up an instance that is much more in the having much more resources, right? So that will be able to handle like more number of requests. The reason I didn't choose it just because like every time if you have the, if you know like every day will be getting this same number of requests, having this large instance will be like useful. Otherwise, that's what I choose the small instances.
Quick question here. Sorry. So you how many requests did you give and what was the utilization of the system? Did you check that?
Yeah, I checked that. So there was the when I was sending directly to the instances. So the utilization was somewhere around 90%. Just because the load tester was only able to send that many of requests. So if I want to send more number of load tester requests, I need more sizes, like more resources.
So your load testing was 90% or the
Server was 90% already.
and RAM? How much of the RAM? I'm just trying to understand whether the
RAM was
CPU dependent or
no, both. I can show you the like later.
Okay, so both basically.
Yeah, in the both the RAM and the CPU. So later I again added this auto load balancer and auto scaling, right? So in that I set a thing called if it goes beyond like 70% or 60%, just create 3 more instances. Yeah. So based on that. So it will be like both the place you will be running. It will take both RAM and CPU both, and some amount of swap memory as well.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
So how many load balancing, how many testing load generator were you using?
Currently I used one, but if I need to test to all the 5 instances, I will be needing a higher instance, like higher resources of instance. So
And the tester doesn't really need that many resources.
it needs it.
That
So
also-
yeah, if we can send it from my magnet, it won't work. So tester also need that. There is a memory network card, right? So there is some network that have to go. So if I go to the higher instance, the network. So currently I am using this hello simple like JSON return. So it's